I've spent the last week diving into Amish-inspired frugal living tips so you don't have to. Today, I'll break down the 50 best strategies you can start using right away to live more cost-effectively. Did you know the average American household spends nearly $1,000 yearly on beverages alone? Here's an Amish money-saving secret that's been around forever. Just drink water. While your coworkers are splurging $5 on fancy coffee drinks and sodas every day, you could be filling up your water bottle for practically nothing. Keep a reusable water bottle with you, and you'll be amazed at the savings. No more last-minute pit stops for overpriced drinks or vending machine temptations. Plus, by choosing water over sugary drinks, you could avoid consuming up to 50,000 extra calories per year. Eating out has become shockingly expensive. A typical family of four now spends about $250 on a single restaurant dinner. Here's a simple truth. Your kitchen is your wallet's best friend. While that new trendy restaurant might be tempting, remember you're paying a 300% markup on most dishes. The Amish always say restaurants are for special occasions, not everyday occasions. Think about it. The money you spend on one fancy dinner out could buy enough groceries to feed your family tasty home-cooked meals for several days. Save those restaurant visits for celebrations. Want to know the secret weapon against inflation? It's your kitchen. The cost of takeout has jumped 7.7% in just the last year. Instead of ordering that $20 pizza delivery, you could make 4 delicious homemade pizzas for the same price. Plus, when you cook from scratch, you're in control of what goes into your food, no mystery ingredients or hidden sugars. The Amish don't have fancy food delivery apps, and they're healthier for it. All those preservatives and hidden sugars in processed foods, gone. Start with simple recipes, maybe that family pasta sauce your mom used to make. Soon enough, you'll be whipping up meals that would make a restaurant chef jealous, and your taste buds will thank you for the home-cooked goodness. The Amish have mastered the art of simple pleasures, and their approach to coffee is genius. Instead of splurging on those fancy coffee pods, which cost about $40 per pound when you do the math, they brew large batches of rich coffee using quality beans. You know what's funny? While people line up for their $7 pumpkin spice whatever, an Amish family is enjoying their morning coffee together for mere pennies per cup. Get yourself a good coffee maker and some fresh beans. The aroma of brewing coffee will wake you up before the caffeine even hits. Trust me, nothing beats that first sip of home brewed coffee in your favorite mug. Ever tasted a real Amish pie? It's like a slice of heaven. While everyone else is dropping $40 on fancy bakery cakes, Amish families are pulling fresh baked treats out of their ovens for a fraction of the cost. The secret? They've turned baking into an art form passed down through generations. Start simple, maybe with classic chocolate chip cookies or banana bread. Once you've mastered the basics, move on to pies and cakes. Here's a fun fact. The average Amish household bakes at least 3 times a week. Not only will you create incredible desserts, but you'll also fill your home with that irresistible, freshly baked smell that no scented candle can match. Walk into any Amish kitchen and you'll spot rows of repurposed glass jars filled with colorful preserves, dried herbs, and homemade goodies. Forget those expensive storage containers from the store. Repurpose what you already have. They're perfect for everything from storing leftovers to organizing pantry staples. Next time you finish that jar of pickles or pasta sauce, give it a good wash instead of tossing it in the recycling bin. Glass jars don't absorb flavors or stains like plastic does, and they last practically forever. Plus, they're like clear windows into your pantry. No more mystery containers hiding in the back of your cupboard. Here's a clever Amish community secret. They team up to buy in bulk. Picture this. Instead of everyone buying their own small bag of flour, they'll get together and split a 50-pound sack. Not only does this create amazing savings, but it also builds stronger community bonds. But here's the catch. Bulk buying requires smart planning. The Amish never buy more than they can use before it spoils. They've got a saying, waste not, want not. Before you load up your cart with that giant box of cereal, ask yourself, will I actually eat all this before it goes stale? Remember, a good deal is only good if you can use it all up. The Amish check expiration dates religiously, and so should you. The Amish know a secret that's literally growing in their backyards. Even a tiny garden can yield amazing results. You don't need acres of land like a traditional Amish farm. Start small with a few containers of fresh herbs or a couple of tomato plants. Did you know a single tomato plant can produce up to 20 pounds of tomatoes in a season? Potatoes are another Amish garden favorite. They're practically foolproof. Just bury a few potato pieces in spring, and by fall, you'll be digging up your own treasure trove of spuds. The best part? Garden fresh vegetables taste so much better than store-bought ones. Once you've tasted a sun-ripened tomato straight from the vine, there's no going back. The Amish have turned food preservation into an art form. They never let a single cucumber or tomato go to waste. Instead, they transform summer's bounty into jars of pickles, sauces, and preserves that last all year. Here's a mind-blowing fact. A typical Amish family preserves over 300 jars of food annually. Water bath canning and fermenting are their go-to methods, simple techniques that anyone can learn. Start with something easy like pickled cucumbers or fermented sauerkraut. Trust me, there's nothing quite like opening a jar of homemade tomato sauce in the middle of winter. It's like capturing summer in a jar. Plus, fermented foods are packed with good-for-your-gut probiotics. The rich aroma of freshly baked bread is a daily occurrence in Amish households. They've been perfecting their bread-making skills for generations, and here's their simple truth. All you need is flour, water, yeast, and a bit of patience. A typical store-bought loaf costs around $4 to $5 now, but making it at home costs less than $1. Want to know what makes Amish bread so special? They take their time with it. Each loaf gets kneaded by hand, letting the dough develop that perfect texture. Start with a basic white bread recipe. It's surprisingly forgiving for beginners. Soon you'll discover that making bread isn't just about saving money. It's about creating something truly satisfying with your own hands. The Amish approach to home improvement is refreshingly simple. If something needs fixing, they learn how to do it themselves. They've got this fantastic DIY before you buy mindset that saved them countless dollars over generations. Imagine their reaction to those $200 per hour handyman fees. Before you call a professional for every little home repair, ask yourself, could I learn to do this? Thanks to online tutorials, you can learn almost anything from fixing a leaky faucet to painting walls like a pro. Start with simple projects and build your confidence. My friend learned to tile her bathroom by watching videos online, saving over $1,000 in labor costs. Of course, some jobs, like electrical work, are better left to professionals. But for basic repairs and improvements, channel that Amish can do spirit. As they say, the best way to learn is by doing. Ever notice how an empty pantry leads to expensive panic purchases, or those "I guess we'll order takeout" moments? Those last-minute grocery runs when you're hungry are like giving your wallet permission to go skydiving. Here's a real game changer. Create a master list of your pantry staples. Keep basics like flour, rice, pasta, and canned goods fully stocked. The Amish organize their pantries by meal types, breakfast items together, baking supplies in one spot, dinner essentials in another. This makes it easy to spot what's running low before it runs out. Dedicate one day a month to pantry inventory, check expiration dates, rotate older items to the front, and make your shopping list. A well-organized pantry isn't just convenient, it's your secret weapon against impulsive food spending. The Amish have an interesting perspective on brand names. They focus on quality, not labels. While your neighbor might insist on that $8 box of brand cereal, the Amish know that the store brand at $3 tastes just as good. Here's a surprising fact. Many generic products are made in the exact same factories as the fancy brands. Want to know something funny? In blind taste tests, people often can't tell the difference between generic and name brand products. Even funnier, sometimes they prefer the cheaper version. The secret is to be selective. Try store brands for basic items like flour, sugar, and cleaning supplies. Keep a notebook and jot down which generic products you love and which ones you don't. Remember, those pretty packages and clever commercials you're paying extra for don't make your food taste any better. Visit an Amish household and you'll notice something missing: paper towels. Instead of throwing money away on disposable paper products, they use durable cloth alternatives that last for years. Think about this. The average family spends over $180 annually just on paper towels. That's a lot of trees and money going straight into the trash. Their handmade textile collections would make any homemaker jealous, but you don't need to be a master weaver to follow their lead. Start with a set of good quality microfiber cleaning cloths or cotton dishcloths. Keep a basket of clean cloths in the kitchen and another for used ones ready for washing. Not only do reusable cloths clean better than paper towels, but they're also tougher on spills and gentler on the environment. The best part? No more late night paper towel runs to the store when you run out. The Amish have known for generations what fashion brands hope you never figure out. Basic sewing skills can save you a small fortune. With just a needle, thread, and a bit of patience, you can extend the life of your clothes by years. A missing button or torn seam doesn't mean a trip to the store for a replacement. Ready for a shocking statistic? Americans throw away about 81 pounds of clothing per person each year. Meanwhile, Amish families keep their clothes going strong with simple repairs. You don't need to be a master tailor. Start with basic hand stitching skills. Learn to sew on buttons, fix small tiers, and hem pants. There are tons of easy tutorials online that can teach you these skills in minutes. Once you get comfortable with the basics, you might even find yourself enjoying this peaceful, productive hobby. As the Amish say, a stitch in time saves 9. Did you know your dryer is probably the second highest energy consuming appliance in your home, right after your refrigerator? The Amish have been skipping this energy guzzler for generations, letting Mother Nature do the work instead. A simple clothesline or drying rack can slash your electricity bill, while giving your clothes that fresh air fragrance no dryer sheet can match. Here's a little known fact. Sunlight is actually a natural disinfectant. Plus, air-dried clothes last longer because they're not being tumbled and heated repeatedly. Just check your weather app before washing day. Nobody wants their clean laundry caught in surprise rain showers. The best part? Your clothes will smell like sunshine instead of artificial fragrances. As my Amish friend once said, why pay for what nature gives for free? Remember those old movies where someone lights a single oil lamp to illuminate an entire room? There's a brilliant lesson in that. The Amish mastered this approach years ago, using one bright light source instead of multiple dim ones scattered around. Think about it. Why light up 5 small lamps when one good one will do the job? Here's a fun fact. Switching to a single bright LED bulb from multiple incandescent ones can cut your lighting costs by up to 80%. And following the Amish schedule of rising with the sun means you're maximizing natural daylight hours. No need for artificial lighting when Mother Nature provides the best illumination for free. The secret is strategic placement. One well-positioned bright light can illuminate an entire space better than several smaller ones. Plus, fewer bulbs mean fewer things to replace. Picture spending $30 to $50 every few weeks just for a basic haircut. That's over $500 a year. In Amish communities, haircutting is a family affair, with skills passed down through generations. They've turned a necessary task into a chance for family bonding, proving that sometimes the simplest solutions are the best. Starting with kids' haircuts is perfect. They're usually simpler and, let's face it, kids are more forgiving of slightly uneven trims. Begin with basic trims and straight cuts. Watch some online tutorials, invest in proper scissors, not your kitchen ones, and practice on willing family members. Of course, if you're aiming for a complex style or significant change, visiting a professional makes sense, but for regular maintenance trims, you might discover a hidden talent while keeping more money in your pocket. As they say in Amish country, practice makes progress. Want to know what makes Amish-made soap so special? They create it with simple, pure ingredients, no mysterious chemicals or artificial fragrances. And here's the best part. You can make it too. The process is surprisingly straightforward using basic ingredients like lye, water, and oils. One batch can make enough soap to last months. The secret lies in the curing process. Amish soap makers let their bars age for 4 to 6 weeks, creating a harder, longer-lasting soap. While store-bought soaps often dry out your skin, homemade versions keep the natural glycerin that commercial manufacturers remove. Plus, you can customize your soap with essential oils, herbs, or oatmeal for different benefits. Ready for a fun fact? A single batch of homemade soap, about 10 bars, costs around $20 to make, while artisanal bars sell for $8 to $10 each. When birthdays and holidays roll around, most people rush to the mall. Meanwhile, in Amish communities, they're busy crafting meaningful presents that warm both heart and home. Their handmade gifts, from scented soaps to hand-knitted scarves, often become cherished family treasures. Think about the last time you received something handmade. Didn't it feel more special than a store-bought item? Whether it's homemade vanilla extract, knitted dishcloths, or hand-poured candles, these gifts carry a personal touch that no mass-produced item can match. Plus, crafting gifts can become a delightful hobby that brings joy year-round. Start with simple projects like flavored cooking oils or baked goods. As your skills grow, try soap making or candle pouring. Remember what they say in Amish country, the best gifts come from the heart, not the mall. Ever notice how quickly must-have items become yesterday's news? While everyone else is chasing the latest gadgets and fashion fads, the Amish focus on timeless quality items that last for years. They've mastered the art of avoiding the trend trap, and their bank accounts are healthier for it. Before buying something trendy, ask yourself, will I still want this next year? And that hot pink leopard print rug might seem amazing now, but will you still love it in 6 months? Instead, invest in classic pieces that stand the test of time, like that solid wood table that's been in your grandmother's kitchen for 40 years. The trick is to separate genuine needs from trend-driven wants. As one wise Amish elder puts it, fashion fades, but quality is always in style. Before rushing to the pharmacy for every little ailment, consider this. Traditional Amish communities have been using natural remedies for generations with remarkable success. They understand that many common health issues can be addressed with simple natural solutions. Got a sore throat? Try honey and lemon tea. Dealing with indigestion? Ginger root might be your answer. These remedies aren't just old wives' tales. Many are backed by modern science. A spoonful of local honey, for instance, can be as effective as over-the-counter cough medicine for nighttime coughs. Of course, serious health issues need proper medical attention. Even the Amish seek professional care when necessary. But for minor ailments, Mother Nature's medicine cabinet might have exactly what you need. Best part? These remedies often cost pennies compared to their pharmaceutical counterparts. Shopping secondhand isn't just smart, it's a treasure hunt. Take a page from the Amish playbook, where finding quality used items is considered clever, not cheap. That solid oak dresser with a $1,000 price tag at the furniture store, you might snag it for $100 at a local thrift shop. Here's a pro tip borrowed from Amish bargain hunters. Focus on quality materials. A well-made wooden chair from the 1950s will likely outlast a brand new particle board one. Check local thrift stores, estate sales, and online marketplaces for hidden gems. You'd be amazed at what people give away. Sometimes barely used items still in their original packaging. Just remember to inspect items carefully before buying. As the Amish say, good eyes make a good bargain, and trust me, that vintage cast iron skillet just needs a little love to cook better than any new nonstick pan. Gas prices making you dizzy? Take inspiration from the Amish. They've been walking short distances for generations, and they might be onto something. Not only does walking save money on gas and parking fees, but it's also a free workout. Think about it. A 15-minute walk to the grocery store burns calories while saving you cash. Did you know the average American spends over $10,000 yearly on car-related expenses? While no one's suggesting you trade your car for a horse and buggy, walking those shorter trips can really add up. Plus, you'll discover things about your neighborhood you never noticed from behind the wheel. Sure, you might need to leave a few minutes earlier, but consider the perks: fresh air, gentle exercise, and no fighting for parking spots. As my Amish friend says, the best miles are the ones you walk yourself. Why does every household need its own power washer that gets used twice a year? In Amish communities, sharing tools and equipment isn't just about saving money, it's about building relationships. Think about it. Do you really need to own every single tool for those occasional projects? Here's a brilliant idea. Start a neighborhood tool sharing group. That leaf blower you use 3 times each fall, share it with your neighbor who can lend you their pressure washer in return. A basic tool sharing system can save each household hundreds, even thousands of dollars annually. The Amish have perfected this system. From garden tillers to canning equipment, they share what they have and borrow what they need. Not only does this save money, but it also creates stronger community bonds. Plus, you'll always have someone to call when you need help figuring out how to use that complicated piece of equipment. Those fancy cleaning products promising miracles for $10 a bottle. Skip them. Traditional Amish households keep things spotless using just a few basic ingredients that cost pennies. Vinegar, baking soda, and a little elbow grease can tackle almost any cleaning job. Mix 1 part vinegar with 1 part water and you've got an all-purpose cleaner that cuts through grease and grime. Baking soda works as a gentle scrub for sinks and tubs. Got stubborn stains? Make a paste with baking soda and water. These natural cleaners don't just save money, they're better for your health and the environment too. The best part? No more worrying about harsh chemicals around kids and pets. As one Amish grandmother puts it, if you can't pronounce the ingredients, maybe they shouldn't be in your home. Spending $4 on a tiny pack of herbs that wilts in your fridge after 3 days. Let's take a page from the Amish Herb Garden Handbook. A simple windowsill herb garden can provide fresh flavors year-round. The best part? Most herbs are harder to kill than a fake plant. Start with kitchen favorites like basil, thyme, and mint. These hardy plants thrive in small pots and love a sunny window. One basil plant can provide enough leaves for months of fresh pesto, and mint practically grows itself. The Amish often dry extra herbs for winter use. Just hang bundles upside down in a dry spot. Here's a fun fact. A single herb plant costs about the same as one of those small supermarket packages, but it'll keep producing for months. Plus, there's something magical about snipping fresh herbs right when you need them. Remember when kids would trade baseball cards or lunch snacks? Well, the Amish have elevated this concept into an art form. Instead of always reaching for your wallet, why not explore the age-old practice of bartering? Maybe your neighbor needs help with gardening while you could use some carpentry work. Trading goods and services not only saves money, but also builds lasting community bonds. Got extra tomatoes from your garden? Trade them for your neighbor's homemade bread. Great at fixing computers? Swap your tech skills for someone's knitting expertise. The possibilities are endless. Even in our digital age, the Amish tradition of bartering remains incredibly practical. It's not just about saving money, it's about creating connections and helping each other out. Plus, there's something deeply satisfying about making a deal that benefits everyone involved. Got some leftover wood from that fence project? Don't toss it. In Amish workshops, even the smallest pieces of scrap wood find a purpose. That short piece of 2x4 might become part of a birdhouse, while those plywood scraps could transform into shelving. Here's a clever trick. Keep a sorted pile of usable scraps. Those odd pieces of lumber might be perfect for future projects or repairs. Can't use the wood for building? It can warm your home in the winter. The Amish never let good firewood go to waste. Even sawdust has its uses, from animal bedding to compost material. A bonus tip from Amish craftsmen: before starting any project, check your scrap pile first. You'd be surprised how often you can avoid buying new materials by getting creative with what you already have. Smart shoppers know a secret that Amish communities have practiced for generations. Fruits and vegetables taste better and cost way less when you buy them in season. Those strawberries in December, they're not just expensive, they're practically tasteless. Nature has a perfect schedule. When produce is in season, it's abundant, which means lower prices. Think juicy tomatoes in August, crisp apples in October, and sweet corn in July. The savings can be dramatic, sometimes up to 50% less than off-season prices. Did you know most Amish families plan their meals around what's currently growing? They know that peak season produce isn't just cheaper, it's packed with more nutrients too. Plus, buying seasonal often means supporting local farmers. Here's a tip. Grab extra when prices are low and preserve it for later. Your winter self will thank you. Think you know where your money goes? Most people don't. But the Amish track every penny with the precision of a master accountant. Setting a weekly budget isn't just about restricting spending. It's about understanding your money's journey. Grab a notebook or use your phone if you're not going full Amish and track everything for a week. You might be shocked to discover where your cash actually goes. Those small purchases, a coffee here, a snack there, can add up faster than a barn-raising party. Break your expenses into categories: necessities, groceries, entertainment, and savings. Set realistic limits for each. The key is flexibility. Some weeks you might spend more on groceries but less on entertainment. Remember what Amish budgeters say: watch the pennies and the dollars will watch themselves. Here's a mind-blowing fact. The average American spends over $200 monthly on subscriptions they barely use. While the Amish naturally avoid these modern money traps, no Netflix bills in Amish country, we could learn from their mindset of only paying for what truly adds value to our lives. Take a hard look at your subscriptions. That gym membership you haven't used since New Year's, the magazine that piles up unread, the streaming service you forgot you had. It's time for some spring cleaning. Make a list of all your subscriptions and ask yourself, do I use this enough to justify the cost? Remember, every recurring payment is money that could be going towards something more meaningful. As the Amish say, simplicity isn't about having less, it's about wanting less. Looking inside an Amish kitchen cabinet is like peeking at a well-organized game plan. They're masters of meal planning, and for good reason. Planning your meals isn't just about knowing what's for dinner, it's about strategic shopping and zero waste. Take a tip from their playbook. Sit down on Sunday and map out your week's meals. Check what you already have. Remember that lonely can of beans in the back? Then make your shopping list. Planning helps you avoid those budget-busting impulse buys at the grocery store and prevents the dreaded, "What's for dinner?" panic. Here's a pro tip. Plan meals that share ingredients. Making chicken on Monday? Cook extra for Tuesday's casserole. Those carrots for your stew? Use the extras in Thursday's salad. Your wallet and your stress levels will thank you. Did you know the average home wastes nearly $250 yearly lighting empty rooms? Time to steal a bright idea from Amish households. Make the sun your primary light source. Their homes are strategically designed to maximize natural light with activities planned around daylight hours. Try rearranging your furniture to take advantage of window light. Move that reading chair closer to the window or position your desk to catch the morning sun. Open those curtains wide during the day. Natural light isn't just free, it's also proven to boost your mood and productivity. Working from home? Set up your workspace near a window instead of that dark corner. Even on cloudy days, natural light is usually enough for most tasks. As one Amish farmer cleverly puts it, the sun never sends a bill. Paying $3 to $4 for each packet of seeds every spring. Here's a money-saving secret straight from Amish gardens. Those plants you're growing can provide free seeds for next year. A single tomato can contain enough seeds for your entire neighborhood's gardens. The process is surprisingly simple. Let a few of your healthiest plants go to seed at the end of the season. For tomatoes and cucumbers, save seeds from the ripest fruits. Beans and peas are also easy to save. Just let some pods dry on the vine. The Amish have perfected this practice, carefully selecting and saving seeds from their best performing plants year after year. Here's a fun fact. Properly stored seeds can remain viable for years. Keep them in a cool, dry place. Some Amish families use paper envelopes labeled with the plant variety and year. It's nature's free gift that keeps on giving. Throwing away banana peels and coffee grounds? That's like tossing gold into the trash. The Amish have long understood that kitchen scraps are garden treasure in disguise. A simple compost bin can turn your food waste into rich, fertile soil that your plants will love. Did you know the average household throws away about 30% of their food? Start collecting fruit and vegetable scraps, coffee grounds, and eggshells. Layer them with dry leaves or paper, and nature does the rest. Within months, you'll have nutrient-rich compost that would cost $10 to $15 per bag at the garden store. The secret to great Amish gardens isn't expensive fertilizers, it's their waste-nothing approach to kitchen scraps. As they say, yesterday's kitchen waste is tomorrow's garden gold. Your plants and wallet will thank you. Did you know the average household spends over $1,000 annually just on electricity? Take a lesson from Amish practicality. Every bit of power used should have a purpose. They've mastered the art of minimal electricity use, and their utility bills reflect this wisdom. Start by becoming more aware of your power habits. Unplug appliances when not in use. Those little standby lights are like tiny money drains. Use power strips to make it easier to cut off multiple devices at once. Switch to LED bulbs. They use 75% less energy than traditional ones. Want to go further? Try an Amish-inspired power down hour each evening. Turn off unnecessary devices and enjoy some quiet time by candlelight. Not only will you save money, but you might also discover a peaceful new evening routine. Have chickens, rabbits, or goats? Take a page from the Amish Farming Handbook. Growing your own animal feed can slash your farming costs in half. Instead of buying expensive commercial feed, consider turning part of your yard into a feed garden. Chickens love fresh greens, and rabbits thrive on homegrown hay. Even a small plot can produce enough to supplement your animal's diet significantly. The Amish have perfected this system, growing everything from corn to sunflowers for their livestock. They know that healthy animals start with quality feed. 100 square feet of land can grow enough corn to feed several chickens for months. Plant extras of their favorite vegetables. Kale, lettuce, and peas are easy to grow and nutritious. Plus, watching your animals enjoy fresh-picked treats is way more satisfying than pouring commercial feed from a bag. Those fancy artisanal jams at the store cost $6 per jar, but with a little Amish wisdom, you can make something even better at home. A single batch of homemade strawberry jam costs about the same as one store-bought jar, but yields 5 to 6 jars of pure fruity goodness. The process is surprisingly simple: fruit, sugar, and pectin are all you need. Want to know a secret? The Amish often skip the store-bought pectin, using naturally high pectin fruits like apples to help their jam set. Start with easy fruits like strawberries or peaches. Once you've mastered the basics, try unique combinations like blueberry lavender or peach vanilla. Best of all, homemade preserves make wonderful gifts. There's something magical about opening a jar of summer strawberry jam on a cold winter morning. It's like capturing sunshine in a jar. Think like an Amish chef. Invest in fewer, better quality kitchen tools that'll last for generations. That cheap $10 pan might seem like a bargain, but when you're buying a new one every year, those savings quickly evaporate. Cast iron skillets are a perfect example. While they might cost $30 to $40 up front, they can last for decades. Many Amish families still cook with cookware passed down from their grandparents. A good cast iron pan actually gets better with age, developing a natural non-stick surface that no chemical coating can match. The same goes for wooden spoons, stainless steel pots, and quality knives. Look for solid construction and materials that can handle daily use. As the Amish say, buy once, cry once. The initial investment might sting, but you'll thank yourself years down the road when your tools are still going strong. Ever watch thousands of gallons of rainwater flow down your gutters and think, what a waste? The Amish have long practiced the art of catching this free resource from the sky. A single inch of rain on a 1,000 square foot roof can yield over 600 gallons of water. Set up a basic rain barrel under your downspout. It's easier than you might think. Use the collected water for your garden, washing, and other outdoor tasks, outdoor equipment, or cleaning. Some clever folks even connect multiple barrels to maximize their collection during heavy rains. Here's a pro tip. Elevate your rain barrel on cinder blocks to increase water pressure and make filling watering cans easier. Add a mesh screen on top to keep out leaves and mosquitoes. Remember what Amish gardeners say, rain is nature's sprinkler system. Might as well catch it while it's free. Spending hundreds on entertainment each month, nature offers the best show in town, and it's absolutely free. The Amish have always known that the great outdoors provides endless entertainment, from stargazing to bird watching, hiking to gardening. Instead of scrolling through social media, try taking an evening walk to watch the sunset. Rather than paying for a gym membership, explore local hiking trails. Start a nature journal, learn to identify local birds, or try your hand at cloud watching. These simple pleasures cost nothing but time and attention. Did you know that spending just 20 minutes in nature can significantly lower stress levels? That's better than any movie. As one Amish farmer puts it, the world's greatest theater plays all day, every day, and never charges admission. Your mind, body, and wallet will thank you for choosing this natural entertainment option. Ever calculated how much you spend on eggs yearly? With prices hitting $5 per dozen in some areas, backyard chickens are looking smarter by the day. Take a cue from Amish homesteaders. 3 or 4 chickens can provide enough eggs for a small family. The initial setup might cost $100 to $200, but these feathered investment bankers start paying dividends quickly. Each hen can lay around 250 eggs annually. Plus, they're like tiny composting machines, turning kitchen scraps into garden fertilizer. Best of all, fresh eggs taste incredible, with deep yellow yolks and firm whites that make store-bought eggs seem pale in comparison. The Amish have long known that happy backyard chickens produce the best eggs. Just remember to check local regulations before starting your flock. As they say, good eggs come from happy hens. Those fancy face creams promising miracles for $50 an ounce? Save your money. Traditional Amish women have been crafting their own skincare products for generations using simple natural ingredients that cost pennies on the dollar. A jar of coconut oil, some beeswax, and your favorite essential oils are all you need to start. Mix up a batch of moisturizer for about $5 that would cost $40 at the store. The best part? You know exactly what's going into your skincare routine. No unpronounceable chemicals here. Start with something simple like lip balm or body butter. Infuse oils with healing herbs like calendula or chamomile. Once you get comfortable, try making your own face creams and lotions. Nature provides everything your skin needs. The Amish have always understood that beauty doesn't need to come with a hefty price tag. Spent $200 replacing that wobbly chair when a 50-cent screw might have fixed it? Time to channel the Amish repair mindset If it's broken, fix it first. In a world of disposable everything, their repair first philosophy saves thousands of dollars annually. That torn seam in your favorite jacket? Sew it. Squeaky door? Oil it. Loose table leg? Tighten it. Small repairs can extend the life of your belongings by years. The trick is catching problems early. The Amish regularly inspect their belongings for signs of wear and fix issues before they become major problems. Get yourself a basic toolkit and learn simple repair skills. YouTube tutorials can teach you almost anything these days. Remember what Amish craftsmen say, a broken item is just a working one waiting for attention. Your wallet and the planet will thank you. Tired of spending $15 on bug repellent candles that barely work? Create your own powerhouse mosquito deterrents, just like the Amish have been doing for generations. With some soy wax, essential oils, and creativity, you can make natural repellent candles for less than $3 each. The secret lies in the essential oil blend. Citronella, lavender, eucalyptus, and peppermint are nature's bug bouncers. The Amish have perfected these natural combinations through years of outdoor living. One large candle can provide up to 40 hours of bug-free bliss on your porch or patio. Want to boost the repelling power? Add dried herbs like rosemary or lemongrass to the wax. Not only do these candles keep bugs at bay, but they also fill your outdoor space with pleasant natural scents instead of harsh chemicals. It's a win-win for your nose and your wallet. Watching your heating bills skyrocket every winter? Take a lesson from Amish wisdom. Layering clothes strategically can cut your heating costs by up to 30%. Instead of cranking up the thermostat, think like an onion and layer up. Start with a snug base layer made from natural materials like wool or cotton. Add a warm middle layer. Flannel shirts are perfect for this. Top it off with a cozy sweater. The secret is trapping warm air between each layer, creating natural insulation. Even indoors, wearing layers means you can keep your thermostat a few degrees lower. Want an extra tip? Wool socks and a warm hat make a bigger difference than you'd think. As the Amish say, if your feet and head are warm, the rest will follow. Your toes and your heating bill will thank you. Ever notice how old farmhouse windows always have thick curtains? The Amish have long understood that proper window coverings can slash heating costs by up to 25%. Think of thermal curtains as cozy blankets for your windows. Good thermal curtains can cost $40 to $60 per panel, but they'll pay for themselves in just one winter season. Use them strategically, open them during sunny days to let in natural warmth, then close them as soon as the sun sets to trap the heat inside for extra insulation. Overlap your curtains in the middle and let them puddle slightly on the floor. Here's a clever trick. Hang curtains close to the wall and extend them several inches beyond the window frame. This creates an air pocket that acts as extra insulation. Want bonus points? Add a cozy valance at the top to prevent warm air from sneaking behind the curtains. Dreading those winter heating bills. A wood-fired stove, a staple in many Amish homes, can heat your space for a fraction of the cost of electric or gas heating. While the initial investment might be $600 to $2,000, the savings start rolling in immediately. A cord of wood, enough to heat an average home for a month, costs around $200 compared to $400 or more for traditional heating. Pellet stoves offer similar savings with added convenience. Just pour in the pellets and let it run. Plus, there's something deeply satisfying about the steady warmth of a wood fire. The key is proper installation and maintenance. Learn from Amish expertise. They've been heating their homes this way for generations. Remember to clean the chimney regularly and always keep a supply of dry wood ready. As they say, wood warms you 3 times: cutting, stacking, and burning. Before going to the last tip, let me know in the comments what strategy you found the most useful and how many tips you are already using today. This is probably the best Amish tip there is. The Amish have learned to live gratefully with what they have, focusing on simplicity rather than excess. They prioritize family, community, and a life of purpose over material wealth.